So, hello everyone, and welcome to Keys to the Good Life with Chioma. I'm your host, Chioma Rubaleza, your favorite Houston realtor. And today I have the honor and pleasure of having a very, very special guest on our show today. And he's no other than, drum roll, Mr. Brown Otto. Give it up, please. It's going to be an interesting session. So you might want to just grab your drink. It's going to be very insightful. And yes, please. And so I just want to, can you just tell the audience who is Mr. Brown Otto? Just, in 2 minutes.
Well, hello everybody, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes. Who am I? I am a man. I'll start off from that.
Yeah.
I'm a father. I am a husband, and I am running for the City of Full Share Council at large position.
Mhm.
I have been in I have been in Texas for about 19 years now.
Wow.
A couple of years ago, we moved to Full Share City, and I love the city, and I want to be involved. I want to be engaged, and that is why I'm running for City Council at large position.
No, I love that. 19 years. Wow. That is some dedication right there. Like out of those 19 years, what kind of made you to take that decision to say, I really want to go into public service and do, run for the council seat and all of that in full share? Was there any challenge you saw? Like what really prompted you to say, okay, I want to do this?
I wouldn't say I saw challenges, but all my life I've been into community service.
Okay.
All my life. Even while I was in Houston, I wouldn't say it was my job, but I was like the person in between connecting people. I bring friends together, I bring people together. I like to network people because I believe in unity.
Yeah.
So when we moved to Full Share,
Mhm.
we were actually, I want to say, the second family that moved into the subdivision.
Wow.
So when we got there, it was so lonely.
Yeah.
As soon as people started coming in, we always, go to them, we welcome them. And then so we were like the people that would introduce A to B,
Yeah.
B to C.
Oh, that's
You know,
interesting.
so
Yeah.
and that's how we set up the Facebook for Pecan Ridge.
Okay.
We also set up the WhatsApp group for Pecan Ridge because we are all about community service, about bringing people
Mhm.
to together. So one day I woke up and I noticed there were some openings in the council,
Okay.
and I thought about it. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Why don't you extend this community service to the whole
So
of Full Share?
beyond
Yeah, because
just the subdivision
Ex-
now, why
exact-
can't yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And funny enough, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it for like 2 days, and on the third day, my wife says, "Bro, have you thought about running for that office?" And we never talked about it. So she had the same thing
Wow.
in her, in her mind. 2 days later, my neighbor also said, "Bro, aren't you going to run for this position? Because you're already doing it, because that's what they need in the council."
So naturally, people are already seeing you doing. So it's like, yeah, if you get there, there's no difference. It's
There's no
just now it's a larger.
Correct.
But already okay.
Correct. So, I
Wow.
mean, I don't know if that's a short story, but that's how I decided to run for city council.
Wow, I like that. So it's so for you, it's community first, and then naturally we're able to just look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm already doing this. Why don't I extend it?
Yes,
Okay.
just take it out, not just within your community, I mean, within the subdivision. Just reach out to Full Share, the whole of Full Share, and that's how the story started.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So talk to me about full share. As a realtor as well that also connects clients to that. I love full share, particularly because it's a growing city. And I love your own thoughts and opinion. What made you want to move to full share? Just kind of my own thought.
I don't have a fantastic story.
Okay.
I'll tell you this
Okay.
straight up. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I've been hearing a lot about Full
Yeah.
Share." The truth.
Or is it just okay, you decided, you know what, this place looks nice, let's go.
Well, maybe more interesting than what you just said. So,
Okay.
so like I said, we've been in Houston for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I said, you know what, let's just try somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Let's try somewhere else. So we started shopping around for a new location to move to. Richmond, Katy, all that stuff, Cypress.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, my wife says, let's go somewhere. She never even told me where we were going to. She just said, get in. She put in the address, the GPS, and we drove. Then we got into Fulshire. So,
Wow.
cut a long story short, my wife took me to Fulshire,
Okay.
and we got there, and it was exactly what we were looking for.
Okay.
And that's why, we're in Fulshire now.
I love that.
Sorry to disappoint you. Like I said, it's not interesting, but that's how.
It is interesting because a lot of times you might not even know what's out there until. But two things I heard from your two stories now. I just hope that people are taking some hints. Your wife supported. So please, if you're out there, get you a supportive partner because I'm pretty sure she has been instrumental in your journey. Starting off, she even suggested this, and then she's really been supportive, no doubt. But yes, I took that little hint. So
Let's say one more thing.
go ahead.
Now that we're talking about this,
Yeah.
I am in the US actually because of my wife.
Mhm.
So that's another big plus. I have to give her the credit.
Yeah.
While we're back in Africa, I'm sure you're aware of the DV lottery.
Yes.
So she put in my name there. I never believed in it, to be honest with you,
Wow.
because they used to say there's only about 10 or 40 or whatever thousand slots out of millions. So I never believed in it. She just went ahead and said, you know what, I'm still gonna put your name in.
Wow.
And she put my name in, and I was one of the few that was chosen, and that's how I got my green card, and I've been living in America since then. So thanks to her.
Oh, wow. So if you're watching this, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for all that you've done and continue to do. We see it. We appreciate it. God bless you, ma'am. I wanted to kind of dive in a little bit into some initiatives, what do you envision or any plans for supporting? Because I know you're very big on that too, supporting entrepreneurs and local businesses. Do you have any goals, initiatives in mind that would help foster, the small businesses in Fulshire?
Okay. Yes. Ever since I decided to run for council member, and I told myself that since I live in Fulshire, my business being in Fulshire, I asked myself, what can make my business better?
Mm-hmm.
What can eliminate bottlenecks from my business going bigger?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, Fulshire is almost a perfect place. It's hard to say anywhere is perfect, but Fulshire is almost a perfect place. And it's the fastest growing city in the US today. And we all know that with development, there is always certain problems that come with development.
Mm-hmm.
And those problems affect businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you one example. We've been having terrible traffic in Fulshire. Not inside the city per se, but on your way out and into Fulshire.
Yeah.
And that has been affecting businesses. Say, for example, logistics.
Yeah.
You can't even get to a store quickly to go purchase something stationary, things like that. So what I have in mind is to work with the appropriate authorities.
Okay.
Yes, to see how we can ease the traffic. And if you ask me off the top of my head, what I have been, trying to see how we can resolve is to maybe having certain shops strategically located. I'll give an example. I live about 15, 16 minutes away from the closest and biggest, I don't want to mention names, biggest grocery store in Fulshire.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be it. And that's probably the most popular, store in Fulshire. Now, if we have the stores located closer to the residential areas, we wouldn't have to drive that far.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's one way I believe we can solve that problem for businesses, you know, and it doesn't only affect businesses, obviously, it affects the residents too, because they have to move from one location to about 60 minutes. It affects their business. So my plan is to see how we can, you know, since it's growing, it's not too late, you know, so we can plan where we put what. That would, you know, yes, that's the plan.
I like that because, like I said, I mean, full share. I drive there almost every day. It's interesting to know, like you mentioned, construction. That's been, you know, one of also for clients. They're like, yeah, there's a lot of construction going on, but then we love the area. It's developing really fast, and even if you want to open a business, there are also a lot of those streets opening up. They're building them.
Correct.
So it's very, very good to know that we have someone like Brown thinking ahead to strategically place businesses close to it, so you don't have to, you stay within your sort of your jurisdiction, right? Even if you have to drive out
5 minutes, 4 minutes,
4 minutes
makes sense. Yes, if possible, you walk there, because the less cars we have on the road, the more free the traffic will be. So if you have a store that's probably 3-4 minutes walk from your home, I advise anybody walk. You don't have to drive if you can.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to also some more restaurants opening, because I tell you, that's one thing that I know for sure. Fusha needs some local businesses, some good restaurants. So I'm excited for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I said the grocery stores, I actually meant all of them, because those are necessities, food, groceries. So restaurant falls into that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, I'm liking this. So apart from, so we talked about new businesses, we talked about entrepreneurs. Do you see any other thing for education?
Yes, funny enough, you're asking this question. When I decided to run, I actually had in mind that I was going to help to expand after school programs for you know, for the kids. Then I did a deeper research into it, and I found out that the council doesn't really have much to do when it comes to things like that. So I am actually dropping that part out of my campaign message, because the reason why I wanted to do it is because I have kids, you know, and I know what my kids go through. I wanted to see how I could help and make them, you know, refocus to their studies. Most times, you already know, this is 2025. Most of them spend most of their time on their phones, devices, video games, you know. So I was thinking of ways that we could, you know, bring them, keep them engaged. But I found out that, okay, that is mostly the job of the school board. So I took that out of my campaign. I would love to be a part of it if allowed to, but by law, I don't think I can do anything. I can do much about it.
No, that's good to know. That's good to know. Sometimes it might be a little bit confusing. Is, you know, what parts do you, and let me know if you know this right at the top of your head. But the council, what part, you know, do you support, or do you think that you'll be able to support within your jurisdiction as well?
Oh, we can. There's a lot we can do, especially. I mean, pretty much in one sentence, the council helps to formulate policies that run the city. So, and when we talk about policies, we're talking about maybe like taxes, housing, infrastructures. Those are things that we can as a council member, that you can be involved with.
Okay, I like that. I know right now we're going to take a commercial break, but probably when we come back, we'll dive a little bit deeper into some of those initiatives. And I'm very, very interested about, you know, taxes, and then we'll see. I want to also talk about community involvement. You know, how can the community be involved in this process? Because it is, you know, if you stay in full share, it is your city, right? So finding out ways that you can be involved in is going to make a huge difference. But like I said, take a commercial break and we'll be back shortly. Don't go nowhere. Thank you. Awesome. So welcome back everyone to Keys to the Good Life with Chioma. I remain your host, Chioma with Afrovibes TV, and I'm still with Mr. Brown Otu, and we're just talking about full share and all the greatness that is happening and about to happen. One of the questions that we left off before the commercial break was in terms of community involvement. So I kind of want to ask, what steps do you think that you could possibly take to actively involve residents in the decision making in full share?
Well, I'm going to speak from a council member position because I would actually appreciate if the community, if they are more outspoken,
Okay.
because sometimes people might think that the city knows what's happening in terms of their situation. And then sometimes people are upset, they're angry, they don't usually follow the proper channel to voice out their grievances.
Right.
So for me, I would like for people to be more outspoken. And I know that the city has, they have a website where you can actually go and put in, yes, you can actually go and make your complaints, whatever kind of complaints about the what you call it, the city.
Yeah, what's great.
What's going on. And that's a perfect way, and it's hard to beat that. But what I think we need to do is encourage people some more to do it, because I know a couple of people, not necessarily in full share, that would be, for example, because like I said, I've been in Houston for a long time.
Yeah.
So sometimes, Houston is pretty big, very, very big. So it's not like you can dash the city hall in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like full share. So they'll be at home, like, oh, why is this like this? Why is that like this? Why haven't they done this? Why haven't they done this? But you're telling me.
But then
you and I are in the same boat here.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing I can do. The people you need to talk to, they are in City Hall. And you can either go there, but for convenience, just do it on the website. And they've been pretty responsive. They've been really, really responsive. So if you ask me again, I'll tell you that I would want to maybe develop programs that would encourage people to be more vocal. Because if they don't say it, the city probably will not know it. But then again, that is why I am running for city council. I am easily accessible. I am always available. So I live in full share. My business is in full share. So you will always see me on the street. I'm always there.
Yeah.
So yes, I will make myself very, very available for people to reach out to.
And that makes a huge difference, knowing that you have a council member that is part of your city, in your city, working in your city, and knowing that you are not just sending, if for lack of a random that's going through, but you actually have somebody that's in the city. And so it's knowing, like you said, knowing where to go, like the city hall, to make those complaints, and then voting for the right person that can actually get the job done. I like that. You kind of took the words out of my mouth, my second question, because I was going to ask you guys, you're an IT person. I was going to ask you about what's maybe some technology innovation, but you started talking about that, so I might drop off on it, because I was thinking it more like any sort of communication that people can go to, but you mentioned websites
Yes.
And all of that. Okay.
I intend to put out a proposal. I don't think the whole of full share has a radio station. I don't think we have a TV station, but I intend to put out a proposal for us to have an online form of media, like a radio, something that
would be cool.
Yeah, something like people could download for now.
That is just for the city.
Just for the city. Just for the city.
Yeah.
There people can listen to what's happening. If there's any information that we need to pass out to the residents of the city,
You can get the word out there.
correct.
Quicker. Wow.
And of course, like I said, since it's going to be like a media thing, every now and then you're also going to be hearing music, discussions between maybe the people, even the residents could actually put up shows on the app, just to communicate with people. That's one of the things that I intend. I just don't want to give out too much information, but that's one of the things I plan on doing. Just get people talking. That's what I'm all about. Just get people talking, connecting people.
That is huge. That is huge. That I'm actually now looking forward to that. See, you're just giving. I hope you're taking notes. These are not just votes for, but these are the reasons why you should vote for. Yeah, I'm not going to say more than that. It's like you read my notes because I was going to ask you some questions. I was going to ask you for some fun questions. What are some of your favorite, local spots in Fulshire? What do you like to do? When you're not in this mode, what else? What are some of your interests, passion?
I love to spend a lot of time with my family.
Yeah.
I have two boys. I feel that I need to, spend a lot of time with them. There are certain things they can learn from me to be better men.
Yeah.
So I tend to spend a lot of time with them. Of course, I'm not going to forget the missus,
Please.
So, that's one way I spend my quality time. Or if I want to get out, I just get on my bike because I ride my bike around Fulshire, especially subdivision. And then I think you asked me what are my favorite spots. Spots. Talking about that.
Yeah.
We have to work on that in Fulshire.
You see, I just love how honest you are.
Oh no, that is me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think Fulshire as a city, we should work on that. But I think the favorite spots so far for me in Fulshire is, you don't want to hear this.
Go ahead.
Anyway, my kid's favorite spot is my favorite spot.
Okay.
Because I don't have a place to go to in the evenings yet.
No, that's valid. That's valid.
No, really, I gotta be honest. Yeah. So Marco's Pizza, the pizza spots, Domino's,
okay,
Marco's Pizza, they're all in Fulshire there. And Marco's Pizza is probably maybe I can actually walk there from my house.
Yeah, and the pizza really good.
Yeah, pizza is good. The pizza is really good.
That's fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, so I like that. Like I said, I'm looking forward to more restaurants in Fulshire. So
me too. And when I say me too, that is one of the things that I'm actually going to talk about too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're watching, this is also an opportunity if you're thinking business as well, Fulshire, you might want to look into Fulshire.
So Fulshire is growing. He's growing. Mm-hmm. I think it's growing faster than most people anticipated.
Yeah.
It's really growing fast. And I'm happy I moved into Fulshire when I did, because that place is a good place. Yeah. Very friendly, family friendly.
Very, very,
very family friendly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The schools are great. It's most of the schools are zoned to La Masia. I usually get a lot of families just wanting to move there, especially for their kids. So if you're looking for somewhere in Houston that is very family oriented as well, Fulshire is one of those things. I definitely agree with that. So I kind of want to save just some time to talk about how just elections and how people can vote, support, and all of that, follow you. So if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes. Ever since I put out my my plans to run, and like I mentioned earlier on, I've spent a lot of time in Houston. So I do have a lot of friends in Houston, and they've been reaching out to me like, "Oh, we're gonna come vote for you." I keep telling them, no. Let me just say this now.
Yeah.
You are only able to vote if you live within city limits of Fulshire.
Okay.
It's a local election. You can't vote if you. There are certain places in Fulshire that they can't even vote because they don't live within the city limits of Fulshire.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So That's one very important thing. You
Yeah.
must live within the city limits of full share to be able to vote. But guess what? If you can't vote, you can still help this campaign out by talking to your friends who live in full share that can vote.
Okay.
You can actually go to brown02 for fullshare.com.
Okay.
Brown02, that's my first name and my last name, number 4, fullshare.com, and volunteer. You can volunteer in different ways. You could volunteer by coming to help us, talk to people, campaign. You can actually put an event together and invite us or invite my campaign, myself, to come and speak to your friends or your family. You can actually also help by donating to the campaign. My social media handles are, the Facebook one is Brown for Full Share.
Okay.
I think it's Brown02.
Brown02.
Brown02 for Full Share. Yes. And then the Instagram is Brown02 for Full Share.
Yeah.
Brown02 for Full Share. That's the Instagram handle. What's your next question? What's another question you asked?
No, so that was in relation to that. Yeah, because I think your Instagram too has that link in the bio that once you click on it, you can see the different options available if you want to volunteer.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, no, the website.
The website.
To be on the safe side,
Yeah.
because my social media people are the ones that are very familiar with the links. We recently created those links. You can just go to my website.
Okay.
That would be Brown02 for fullshare.com. And you can, all the links you need will be there.
Yeah, and it's May 3rd, right?
May 3rd is the main election date, but we have early voting between April 22nd and April 29th.
Okay.
But I always tell people, don't wait till the actual election day, because
you can't say
something could happen that would prevent you from making it to the polls. For example, traffic, you never can tell.
Something comes up and then it's like, oh, this is the last day.
Yes, and that's just one day. But between 22nd and 29th, that's 1 week. So if you can't make it on 22nd, there's 23rd, there's 24th, 25th. So yes.
Okay, I agree. So remember, these are the times, these are the dates. So please, if you can vote early, go out and vote. And like he said, you have to be with. So do they actually tell you, like, if you go to vote, do they tell you if you're in jurisdiction or not? Like,
yes, because when you go to vote, I'm saying this out of my experience from last year. You go with your ID.
Yeah.
The ID, it has your address on it.
Okay.
So yeah, they have this in the system, the database. So if you punch it in, your address falls into outside within the city limits, we're like, sorry, you can't vote. But I always tell people, don't wait till that day to find out.
Yeah.
Go to my website, Brown02 for Full Share. There's a link there where you can actually go check if you live within the city limit. And there's also a link there if you haven't registered, where you can register. Let's not wait till the last minutes. Yeah, this is the right time to do all these things. So that if you need to write to the county to fix one thing or the other, do it right now.
Awesome. Well, this is my very, very last question now. So can you tell the audience, me, in about 30 seconds, and this is a question I ask most of my guests, what does a good life mean to you?
Back to my family. Back to my family. That question leads me back to my family. A good life is a family that lives happily together. They grow together, they pray together, they eat together. And pretty much that's it. For me, when I look at my family, I see a smile on their faces. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And if they're not smiling, I'm concerned. If it's something I can do to help, I try to. That's me.
Awesome. Well, thank you very, very much. Like I said, it is an honor. It's always a great time hanging with you. No other than Mr. Brown. To go out and vote, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a resident of Full Share, please support Mr. Brown. Lots of great initiatives and programs that he's planning for Full Share. And we just can't wait. We need somebody that is going to, like I said, get the job done. So till next time, I remain your host, Chioma here on Afrovibes TV. And cheers to Keys to the Good Life. Signing out. Bye.